All right, so institutional investors are finally getting back into the crypto market. We've seen BlackRock CEO come out and talk very bullish about crypto and blockchain technology. The last 4 weeks, we've seen inflows from institutions into different crypto investment products like XRP, Cardano, Bitcoin, and a few others. And things are looking a lot better for the crypto market. So today's video, I want to break down the most important things going on with institutional investors, address key things going on with Cardano and XRP, and also touch on what BlackRock CEO said about crypto and blockchain. And I think this is going to be pretty exciting. So starting off with the overall crypto market, what we've seen is that Bitcoin has retraced back down a little bit from $30,000 per coin. We saw Bitcoin break above $30,000 per coin and was trading in this key level that we've been speaking about over the last week or so. On this weekly chart right here, you can see I drew out this orange rectangle, which shows a key level of resistance and support for the Bitcoin market over the last few cycles. You could see that ever since we had been able to break above it back in 2021, it acted as a very key support. And since we broke below it, we've been trying to retest. So I would say in the short term that we need to see Bitcoin's price stay above this level in order to confirm this short-term bullish outlook. Right now, we're right in this uncertain area where I think we definitely could see a retracement back down, but this is something to keep an eye out on. In the short term, I would say we are looking at Bitcoin retracing back down, testing this 50-day moving average, which is right here, right around $27,000 per coin. I'm expecting that in the short term, but we'd like to see it still maintain and not break down below those levels. We're looking at overall market. A few key things are standing out. First of which is that we have seen 4 consecutive weeks of inflows from institutional investors into the crypto market. In particular, we could see that this was dominated by Cardano and XRP. Cardano and XRP have been taking center stage for institutional investors pouring money into the crypto market, and this is something that is very bullish if you're a Cardano or XRP investor. When you're looking at Cardano, you can see there's $0.1 million going into crypto investment products from institutional investors. Same with XRP. The big ones were really just Bitcoin, where we saw $103.8 million. Either way, the important thing about this report from CoinShares is that now we have 4 consecutive weeks of inflows from institutional investors, meaning that they are finally getting back into the market. We're finally seeing them put more money into crypto. And this is the first time we have seen 4 consecutive weeks of inflows in almost a year. So that is something that is very bullish, something to be really excited about. Now let's switch gears a bit and talk about mass adoption and altcoins. So recently, I've been researching a project that is targeting a very specific but massive audience of around 1.8 billion people. It's called Islamic Coin, and it is a halal digital asset designed to create value for the Muslim community, which is massive. It's around 1.5 to 1.8 billion people. It's built on the native Hawk blockchain. It stringently abides by the Islamic finance principles, and this project has huge potential in my opinion because not only is it targeting a very tight-knit community, but it also already has really strong connections in that space. They have strong connections with the likes of the UAE royal family. The UAE royal family is on the advisory board, which is a game changer, and as you've seen over the last few years, when the royal family gets involved, well, they start throwing a lot of money, a lot of resources behind projects and companies, and you could already see this with a $40 million fund that the project recently launched called the Hawk Ecosystem Fund, where you can apply and get grants from. And on top of this, Islamic Coin has big plans in Q2, Q3 of 2023, as you can see on the roadmap, from major centralized exchange listings to decentralized exchange listings to NFTs being launched. So the UAE royal family is behind this and pushing for it. Only makes me more bullish on it, on top of everything going on with their roadmap. In addition to all this, Islamic Coin is a solid project, but it also is giving back to the community. Every time a new Islamic Coin is minted, 10% of the issued amount is deposited into a special evergreen DAO, a non-profit virtual foundation that invests to Islamic charities. So I recently followed this project on Twitter. That's how I've been following it as of recently. I think it's 100% a project you should be keeping on your radars. In addition to this, what we're seeing with Cardano, there's 2 other important things. things. First of which is that Cardano Whales have been consistently accumulating more and more Bitcoin, which I think is what we've seen in that CoinShares report. It's shown in that report. We're seeing that large ADA transactions have consistently been on the rise over the last month now, over the last 30 days. And you can see this report from Ali Charts on Twitter, where they talk about heating up of institutional investors in the Cardano ecosystem. We're continuing to see the number of large transactions slowly and steadily increase, almost surpassing 5,000 transactions on a single day. So that's something that is also very bullish if you're a Cardano investor. Third thing going on with Cardano, in addition to whales, institutions, and that report, is that we've seen that coming up, there's going to be a massive Cardano event, which is taking place next month in May. This is going to be the biggest ever Cardano event, where they're giving away $2 million. This is directed by Emergo, the founding entity behind Cardano's blockchain. They announced this on Twitter, and they said that there's some exciting news. They wanted to talk about how they're giving away $2 million to the hackathon participants in the Twitter thread. They talk about how there's going to be a number of different people and developers focusing on different parts of blockchain technology and the Cardano ecosystem. They said that it's going to be from 3 tracks to build from. You could choose either DeFi derivatives, aggregators, or zero knowledge. Ultimately, the important thing about this is the most amount of money that they've ever dedicated to this hackathon. We're expecting to see massive improvements, massive developments, and participation in this event. And it's exciting to see that Cardano's ecosystem is continuing to thrive and continue to grow, despite what's happened over the last year with a lot of negative news coming out in crypto. So this is an event that is taking place in May, something just to keep an eye out on, and I'll keep you updated on important dates when they're announced. Last thing going on with Cardano is when you're looking at the price. When you're looking at technical analysis, a few key things stand out for Cardano. First of which is that it is just below a key resistance level of right around 45 cents per coin. And we did see that Cardano had broken back above its 50-day moving average and its 200-day moving average for the first time in months. And also another bullish thing for Cardano is that we did see a golden cross occur, where the 50-day moving average has finally crossed back above the 200-day moving average. This is a historically very bullish sign. Seeing this is making me more excited about short term for Cardano. I'd obviously like to see it break above 45 cents per coin before we can confirm this upward trend, upward momentum back towards those record highs. But still, in the short term, things to be bullish about are its ecosystem, the hackathon, institutional investors getting more involved, and if you're looking at technical analysis, 50-day crossing the 200-day moving average is always something that's nice to see. Now let's switch gears a bit and talk about what's been going on with BlackRock. So recently, BlackRock's CEO, Larry Fink, came out and said that he is basically extremely bullish on blockchain technology and crypto, despite what's happened with FTX, despite what's happened with the crypto market over the last year or so. He came out in a recent interview and said that he still sees promise in cryptocurrency's underlying technology, despite everything that happened with FTX. Actually, they had lost $24 million from an FTX investment they had made a few years back. But ultimately, he said it's not that he's bullish on Bitcoin or an individual crypto, but he thinks that the underlying tech powering the crypto market is very important. He thinks that blockchain, not Bitcoin, should be the mantra. He thinks that blockchain technology will be integrated into many aspects of financial technology in the future. And he says that he believes the next generation for markets and the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. So ultimately, regardless of what he's saying about Bitcoin or crypto or the overall market, he has ultimately flipped his entire stance on crypto. Previously, he had not been too bullish on it. He had spoken pretty badly about the crypto market, but as of recently, he's changed this skeptic tone and now is saying that he believes the next generation of markets is going to be about tokenization of securities, tokenization of assets. And that's something that I think is bullish to see, that one of the biggest asset managers in the world with over $8 trillion in assets under management is now saying that they're bullish on the underlying technology for the crypto market. Last thing I want to go over is going to be what's been going on with Ethereum, because Ethereum recently just hit an 11-month high, broke above $2,100 per coin, almost hit $2,200 per coin. And the key thing here is that there's been over 1 million Ethereum has been withdrawn after it was staked for a few years. It had been withdrawn from Ethereum's beacon chain within the first 4 days of the Shapella hard fork. And for those of you who weren't following this, Ethereum recently had a major announcement, a major hard fork with Shapella's hard fork, and this ultimately allowed anyone who had staked Ethereum over the last few years to withdraw it. There had been a lot of concerns, a lot of questions as to how this is going to impact Ethereum's price. Many people thought that there were millions of Ethereum that were staked. Once people were able to withdraw that, we're going to see a massive crash in Ethereum's price, but that was not the case. Actually, what happened is that while there was a significant amount of Ethereum that was withdrawn, a lot of people have just been going back and restaking this on the new chain, and as a result, we've actually seen a net positive for Ethereum that has been staked. So this is something that surprised a lot of people, but something just to keep in mind. We did see that there were around 392,000 Ethereum withdrawn on April 16th, but despite that, like I said, we've still seen a net positive. So you can see so much so that the net stake is currently increasing. People have just been going straight back into the beacon chain as validators, looking to compound their interest even more. So it looks like people who have been in the Ethereum ecosystem, who had their Ethereum staked previously, are not looking to sell it. Some people are taking profits, but the net result of this is that people are just looking to restake it, get more compound interest, and are in it for the long term. So right now, there's a lot of exciting stuff going on in the crypto market. If you're looking at overall sentiment, things are continuing to improve. It looks like institutions are finally getting back involved. And if you're looking at Cardano, there's a lot to be excited about there as well.